On step 1, you will enter employees and their rates of pay for the project. The very first time you file certified payroll, you will need to add new employees in this section. If it's the first time filing certified payroll for a project using the same employees you already added on another project, you can choose existing employees in this section. Once you add new or existing employees, they will be displayed in the Employees on this Project section and will remain here for future reports. Let's go over each of the sections. To add a new employee, the first thing you will do is enter their personal information. The name, social security number, and address are all required by law. Gender, race, and veteran status are optional. However, the awarding agency may require these within their contract. Enter their full social security number. The system will validate it is not a duplicate. If you get a message that the number has already been used, cancel this step and add the employee from the Choose Existing Employees section. It's important to know that once you save, the social security number is redacted and is not visible to anyone outside of L&I. Next, enter the trade, county, occupation, wages, and benefits. It's important to note that only the counties you entered on your intent will be available to select for your certified payroll. If you didn't list the correct county on your intent, you will need to file a new one. If they are an apprentice, additional fields for the state they are registered in, the apprentice ID, occupation, and apprenticeship hours or steps will be displayed. The system validates the trades and counties entered against the trades and counties they are registered to work. If you need to look up an apprentice ID, follow the link in the question mark icon. If they are not an apprentice, select No and complete the trade, county, and occupation fields. Once the information is entered, the system will display the applicable prevailing wage rate, factoring in the wage effective date for the project. Next, enter the hourly wages and usual benefits. These are the actual wages paid to the worker. When entering the regular wage for the first time, the system will calculate the overtime and double time rates. If you change one of these fields, it won't automatically recalculate the other two. Make sure to always check the rates for accuracy when entering or making changes. These rates will be used to calculate the gross wages in the next step. Enter the hourly rate for benefits next. You can add additional, valid benefits not listed. As you are entering the wages and benefits, the system is calculating the total and validating it against the prevailing wage rate. If you did not pay at least the prevailing wage rate, the total entered wage will be displayed in red. You can still continue and submit your report because the report must reflect what was actually paid to the worker at the time of filing. You will then need to pay workers any additional amount owed and amend your report to reflect the corrected amounts. If they work in more than one trade or county, you can repeat this step by adding another trade, location, or set of rates for this employee. If you need assistance on calculating wages or benefits, follow the links in the question mark icons. Once you save, the employee will appear in the Employees on this Project section. You can also choose existing employees to add to the project. Any employees you have added on other projects will be available to select here. Select the employees you want to add. You can use the search features to narrow the results down. Once you add them, they will also be listed in the Employees on this Project section. In the Employees on this Project section, if you added new employees, you will have already entered their trade and rate information. If you chose existing employees, you will need to enter their trade and rate information before continuing to the next step. When you file your next report, any employees you have listed from the previous report will be listed here. You can simply verify there are no changes to their trades or rates and then continue. If an employee doesn't work a particular week, there is no need to remove them. You only need to remove employees if they will not work on that project again, like if they no longer work for the company. Once you are done adding employees, trades, and rate information, you can continue to step 2 to enter their hours.